Some airplanes rely on pure speed, whereas others absolutely need serious altitude. The Blackburn Buccaneer relied on something very different. It simply disappeared. In the early years of the Cold War, a new threat emerged. Soviet warships, armed with powerful radar systems and long-range missiles, were becoming increasingly difficult to attack. Flying high was no longer safe. Flying fast wasn't enough. The solution required a new way of thinking. Instead of flying above the threat, the Buccaneer would fly beneath it. Designed in Britain during the 1950s, the Buccaneer was built for one purpose: to penetrate enemy defenses at extremely low level, skimming just above the surface of the sea. Not hundreds of feet, but sometimes just tens of feet. And at that height, radar struggled to detect it. The curvature of the Earth itself became its ally. Enemy systems simply couldn't see what was hidden below their horizon. But flying that low and fast was anything but easy. The Buccaneer had to be stable and predictable as well as unshakable. But its design reflected that. A strong, rugged airframe built to handle constant turbulence. A unique rotating bomb bay, allowing it to carry weapons internally without disrupting airflow. And wings designed for control, not elegance. This was not a glamorous aircraft. It was a working machine, built to do a job and survive it. And survive it, it did. At low level, the Buccaneer excelled. It could maintain high speed just above the terrain, following the contours of the land or sea, remaining hidden until the very last moment. By the time it appeared on radar, it was already too late. But perhaps the most remarkable chapter of the Buccaneer story came decades after its introduction. In 1991, during the Gulf War, the Buccaneer was called upon once more. Not as a primary strike aircraft, but in a role that would prove critical. Working alongside Tornado strike aircraft, the Buccaneer was used to designate targets for laser-guided weapons. It would fly ahead, identify the target, and paint it with a laser. Other aircraft would then release their bombs, which would then guide directly onto that eliminated point. In effect, the Buccaneer became the eye of the attack, quiet, precise, and essential. And it worked with a level of accuracy that traditional bombing could never achieve. An aircraft designed in the 1950s, playing a key role in one of the most modern air campaigns of its time. That alone says everything about its design. The Blackburn Buccaneer was never about technology for its own sake. It was about understanding the problem and solving it properly. Fly low, stay hidden, strike effectively. It didn't need to be the fastest. It didn't need to be the most advanced. It just needed to work, and it did. The Blackburn Buccaneer may not have the fame of some of its contemporaries, but among those who flew it, and those who relied on it, its reputation is clear, reliable, and capable. Unmatched at what it was built to do, because sometimes the most effective aircraft are the ones you never see coming. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Targets with a laser so that you can pick them up for your weapons.